Okay, so we were back with our battery pack and the JK BMS. Now, as you know, the BMS came with a start-stop button, which press to turn on, press and hold for 5 seconds to turn the BMS back off again. It's got about 400mm of cable, so that would have had to go somewhere on the battery box. But I wanted something that had a bit more cable and gave me a bit more information. So I have opted for the 2-inch screen. So it has the start-stop button on the side of it, and will give me some of the battery information. It'll give me the voltage, any current in and out, and the percentage of the batteries while I'm out on my rides. This has a better length of cable, so it plugs into the same port that the start button plugged it into, and it comes with a fitting that can bolt into the side of the battery box and a length of cable that goes up to the 2-inch screen. So that's going to be much more useful for the motorcycle. Now there is also a 4-inch version of the screen, but the 4-inch version doesn't have the start-stop button, and the 4-inch version does have more information. The only other downfall of the 4-inch screen is it also needs a separate power supply to run the screen, whereas this one just runs through the same cables back to the BMS. So much more suitable for what I want to do. We have our BMS app open here. So the 4-inch screen gives you the cell information as well as the voltage, whereas this one only gives you the percentage and the voltage. In the controls part of the app, there is a function here to have the display always on, but it doesn't matter if that's on or off. I've tested that and the screen still only wants to stay on for 5 seconds and then cycle back off. So if I happen to plug the charger in, anytime there's a change in state of the batteries, the screen will come on by itself. So you can see there now it is actually charging, same as the app. If I turn the charger off, once the batteries go back to the zero charge, the screen goes off again. So what I did find that if the batteries are under load, so I've set up an artificial load here with some spotlights, and as you can see there, the screen has automatically come back on. Now what I did find is while the batteries are under load, the screen doesn't turn off. So that screen will stay on. I've had the load on there for 15 minutes and the screen just stays on. So while I'm in riding mode, that screen's going to be on all the time, and that's all I want. So I did have a look on the internet when I found it was cycling off all the time and didn't find any information, but I'm just testing. I have since found that having load on the batteries does keep the screen active. So if I turn the load off the batteries, you'll see it drops down to 0, and after about 5 to 10 seconds that will turn back off. But as long as the batteries are under load and in normal riding condition, that screen's going to stay on and give me all the information I want. So I think that'll do the job nicely. Yeah, so that's the 2-inch screen that goes with the JK BMS.